Detroit is the new film from Kathryn Bigelow, the director of movies like K-19, The Widowmaker, Strange Days, Near Dark, and the original Point Break. She is also the same Kathryn Bigelow who directed Zero Dark 30 and The Hurt Locker, the latter of which won her 2 Oscars. And like those last 2 films, this one is also written by Mark Boal. Detroit recreates the Algiers motel incident that took place during the 1967 Detroit riot, where that night after a prank involving a starter pistol, a group of black men and 2 white women were horrifically interrogated in the motel by a group of police officers who thought the shots that were fired were from a sniper and demanded to know who was responsible. Like she did with The Hurt Locker and Zero Dark 30, Kathryn Bigelow shot this film like a documentary and did it so well that it looks as if she had actually gone back in time to that exact time and place and to that exact night and was a participant in the event where it was just her and the camera and she was filming everything that was taking place. As you watch the movie, you feel like you are a witness to the real event, and Bigelow has the recreations of the time and places and the wardrobe and all just right. The film looks like a documentary of the event, but with 2 of today's biggest stars, John Boyega and Anthony Mackie, featured. Other than those 2, I recognized no one else in the cast, which always helps add to the effect the film can have on someone, and everyone else in the cast were at the same excellent level as Boyega and Mackie. Boyega, best known of course as Finn, the stormtrooper turned rebel hero in Star Wars The Force Awakens, really gets to shine even more here in this film playing real-life security guard Melvin Dismukes, and shows that he is worthy of an Oscar in his future. As does Mackie, who always seems to turn up in films that I see where I'm not expecting him to, and it is always great to see him in them and in anything. However, because of its subject matter and being a true story, the film is pretty uncomfortable and difficult to watch and therefore does not easily come very recommended for repeat viewing, despite the expert filmmaking quality. Plus, there is a weird animated prologue that is meant to set up the time and place before beginning the live action stuff, and that felt kinda cheesy and corny. It's what begins the movie, and at first, when I was sitting in the theater, I was like, I'm in the right movie, aren't I? I would say that Detroit is worth watching and renting. Thank you so much for watching, and there will be more because Lehtonen's Home Theater is always showing.